Yeah, before I begin, I just first want to let everybody know in the city that our hearts and our prayers are with everybody. We had our team prayer this morning. We were praying not just over ourselves, but just over our city and all the surrounding areas just through this storm. Um, I think when you think about storms that continuously hit this area, it becomes kind of like a Sunday where you can have all the predictions in the world, but it's still unknown as to what's going to take place. And I think that's the part. And so some areas have favorable predictions, some don't, and you just never know. And so we're just praying. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's hunkered down. Those that were able to get away, you're still in our prayers as well. It's just it's a serious thing, and so we don't just want to know like even in the midst of all this going on and what we have to focus on, our hearts and prayers are with everybody.
With just some of the younger guys that maybe haven't been through something like this, do they lean on guys like you for questions at all?
Yeah, people who new to this, they don't necessarily know what to expect, and so the people who have been through it multiple times, kind of have uh, a guess, but we don't know for sure either. So I think it's just one of those things that we're all just trying to make it through together. So.
Do you remember what worked so well? I mean, this probably hopefully won't compare, but remember the game after Ida in Jacksonville against Green Bay?
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe the best game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel like that showed about that team that in terms of its ability to deal with distractions and be? Are you trying to rechannel that now?
No, I just think everybody. That's one of the unique things about this game. When you think about the high level that people have to be able to compartmentalize and focus at, you have to understand that the seriousness that we're going through is not the seriousness that our opponent is going through. But the focus has to be the same. Our opponent is looking at us like they glad you got problems. They don't necessarily glad you got a hurricane, and not that they wish bad, but they glad that you got problems, because it's adversity that'll hopefully play in their favor. And so that's the part about this game. It goes on, and so um, and because that's your job, you just got to be able to do it at a high level in the midst of whatever adversity that is.
What do you think when you talk about living up to your responsibility, doing your job in the face of adversity? Is that sometimes a galvanizing force in the locker room? Getting guys focused and stuff.
It can be. It can be. Um, Sometimes a challenge is so extreme that it brings people together, and I think that happens. So um, it can't be an excuse for you not to do your job, but it can be something that can bring you together to build more chemistry, more camaraderie, more momentum, whatever that may be. Um, so yeah, at times that can happen.
Well, has it been important for you to convey the message of not getting too high after a performance like that this week? Is that a real challenge that teams face, especially after week one?
I mean, it was week one. At the end of the day, it's great to get a win. It's hard to win this league, but it's week one. There's nothing to be boasting about. It's a win, a good win, hard to come by. Grateful. On to the next. We have a tremendous challenge in front of us this week, and that's what we're out working on today. And it's a heavy challenge, and we look forward to embracing it.
Demario is one of the guys that is one of the guys that have executed DA's pressures so well over the years. From your perspective, what are some of the things that are like really good about how he designs those and put you guys in position to succeed?
I think he's just one of the smartest defensive minds that I've ever been around. I think I say that a lot, but he's so innovative. He's so good at anticipating what other teams are trying to do and creating complex equations for them to try to figure out in the middle of the game. Um, and so that the challenge is oftentimes on the players to learn the scheme week to week, because we know if we go out and execute it, it's going to create so many complex issues from the front. A lot of times they have a hard time trying to anticipate what we're trying to do from a defense up front. It's easier to run the ball when you know what they're going to do. I think it's harder for the quarterback to get a bead on the coverages because they kind of look the same, but it's a little wrinkle that can throw you off. And so when we can learn it and execute it with speed, it's a thing of beauty to see inside the game when you're looking at kind of the chess match that's happening.
What innovative, last one there.
With Invative's an interesting word. Like, how much new stuff has been kind of brought to the table since 16 when you first got here to kind of.
I got here.
How much you guys have like.
Yeah, I got here in 18, and I mean it's kind of like Madden. It's the same game. But you think about the evolution over every year. Madden 2018 don't play like Madden 24. Or you think about a car that upgrades, or you think about a phone that upgrades. It's the same phone, the same car, but it's a lot of new features in there, and I think that's what he's very good at. And so it's like you can go back and study, the tape for years back, but it may be misleading, or it may help you. I think that's the complexity. Is like, I would imagine for an offensive coordinator, you're trying to guess right, but that same guess can cost you. All right, thank y'all. God bless.